Okay, welcome to the final part of Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Yeah, Samus Returns is the 3DS game. Okay, so we are missing two missile packs at this point. One is right here, so really not too big of a deal. The other one, unfortunately, is back in the second area, and I kind of missed it. Um, and for kind of good reason, because that one's kind of hidden away. So we will be heading back there in a second. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I choose to kind of cut out that backtracking. It's really not too far of a jaunt. I think in total, going there and going back only took me about 5 to 7 minutes. But again, it's all area that we've seen before, and it just didn't seem really necessary to show the backtracking part of it. But I will show, obviously, where it is. So, in the second area, where you go down into the water to fight one of the Metroids, right here. Well, not right here, but, just checking to see if there's a breakable block or something that I missed. It's actually an invisible pathway right through here. And again, this can be pretty easy to miss. This is probably one of the ones that I missed the first time that I played the game. So I know that I missed a couple. And yeah, that's all the missile tanks. There's only, I want to say 21 in the game. 22, my bad. Since you start off with 30, and each one is worth 10 missiles. So, 220 missiles in total. Alright. So now that we've completed all the areas, we got 6 Metroids left. 5 of which are Omega Metroids, which is the final version of the Metroid. And honestly, I don't find them to be as annoying as Zeta Metroids. Or at least I don't have as tough of a time with them as I did with the first Zeta Metroid that we fought in the last episode. But yeah, that was just not fun. Actually, scratch that. There are 4 Omega Metroids that we need to fight. I just remembered that we have 1 more Alpha Metroid we need to fight. Yeah, the only reason why we fight an Alpha Metroid, and you'll see why here in a second. Because we should, yeah. So, we're gonna be heading up into the next sort of area here in a second. As soon as we kill this thing. Yeah, here. So, we got 2 Metroid husks, and this one that apparently is a late bloomer or something hatches as an Alpha Metroid. Now, the reason why it does it like that, and you'll see here in a second, or see/here, there's an earthquake that happens. Now, our path is blocked off because of this earthquake. So, we head into the next room. We'll see that the, or not this room. here shortly. We'll be heading into the room that we came in, and it will be flooded. We won't be able to get out of here. So we need to head back up, back to that room where we saw the second Metroid husk. And we will have to fight our first Omega Metroid. It's not worth it, Samus. It's not worth it, Samus. Alright, so here is the final form of the Metroids, the Omega Metroid. It's a lot slower, and here's the key with fighting the Omega Metroids. If you try and attack them from the front, you can kill them, but it takes about 40 missiles if you do it that way. The best way to kill them is to shoot them in the back. I think I read somewhere that it does about triple damage, but you can take them out in about 10 to 15 missiles. And just for clarification, there are 4 of these guys, and there is no more missile recharge stations between here and the last sort of area of the game. So let's just say you want to kill them by shooting them in the back. You do not want to be wasting 40 missiles on them, because otherwise you're going to be hurting for missiles. Now, if you have all 250 missiles like I do, you might be fine to do that. I mean, ultimately that would be 160 some missiles, assuming you're not missing a bunch of shots. So you'd probably be fine. But if you didn't get all the missile packs, you're gonna want to conserve missiles as much as possible by attacking the correct way, or the way that's going to do the most damage. Alright, so we need... Samus is confused. No, we need to head this way. At this point, there's no real, like, branching paths. There might be, like, some offshoot rooms, but it's mostly just a straight shot from here to the end of the game. I will say I kind of wish they would have had more than just one sort of main area theme. Like, this theme is fine, but it's... Nah, I don't know. It's just... And I realize that might just be a limitation of the hardware that it was on. But, I mean, Pokemon had plenty of themes. I realized Pokemon was towards the end of the Game Boy's life. And is actually the thing that extended the Game Boy's life significantly. But, I mean, you should still be able to get more than just this song and then a couple of beep and boop type songs. Alright. At this point, I would recommend trying to kill most of these enemies, because they do drop health occasionally. And especially if you're hurting for health, it's kind of important that you gain as much health, because we still got 3 more Omega Metroids we need to defeat, and if you struggled with the first one, you're gonna have trouble with these ones as well. Now, that being said, you could, significantly You could become better, obviously, by just, practice. Kill one. Obviously, that happened with the Zeta Metroid for me. I don't think we struggled really with any of the other Zetas, besides that first one. That was more just because I wasn't ready to deal with him. But anyways, so this is, it's not quite the, it's kind of like the lead up to the final area. But it's mostly just long vertical shafts. And then maybe like a couple of offshoots that have the Metroids that we're looking for. Unfortunately, falling down there means that you're falling on spikes, so be careful. Use that damage boost to get out of there. Again, with the Omega Metroids, I would recommend using your screw attack to your advantage. Another thing is often they will like stay turned around if you've been hit. Like if they hit you, they will stay turned around. That might be worth it to you to do that. I know that happens a few times with, in my case, like right here. You can usually get about 3 to 4 hits on them before they turn back around. Again, use the screw attack to your advantage, kind of push them around a bit. The worst thing is when your missiles fly right past them. You just barely miss, like that. Misjudged my jump and ended up not hitting them. And there we go. Not too bad, but again, be careful of health and missiles because there are no energy or missile refill stations in this area. And there won't be any until we enter the last area of the game. Alright. 3 Metroids left. So, let's see. We got one horizontal room. So down here is actually the way into the last area, but it's naturally closed off until we kill all the Metroids. If you find yourself running out of ammo, you're unfortunately going to have to backtrack. You might be able to get some ammo from these guys, or from some of the enemies in the area, but it's usually not worth the time of grinding. Unfortunately. Enemies just don't drop usually enough health or ammo to justify it. So, in that shaft, in that vertical shaft room that we were just in, there is actually a save point towards the top. I'm not going to use it right now, but it's there in case you want to save before fighting these guys, which, fair enough, that's a very reasonable thing to do. Problem with this, with Omegas and Zetas, is the fact that they like to hover towards the top of the screen, which makes them really annoying to hit. Stop turning around. Stay still. Again, it's best if you can get 3 to 4 hits on them. That's like the most optimal amount of hits that you can get on them, usually. Unfortunately, this guy is kind of giving me some crap right now. And I'm starting to hurt him a bit. I mean, we'll be fine, but he's being more difficult and annoying than what he really should be. Now, these guys actually make a return in Fusion. Spoiler alert, it's the final boss, is a Omega Metroid. But I won't kind of go into the details of how we get to that point where we're fighting an Omega Metroid at the end of the game. In case you've never played the game and want to, play it. Which I'd recommend. Fusion is a great game. I really like it. Give me some health. No. Darn. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, these... It doesn't seem like the enemies don't. They don't give you as much health as they probably should. Now, those guys, I think, give 20 units of health when they do drop. But I know in the original Metroid, the way you got health versus missiles was dependent upon the frame. On the frame that it drops. So there was a chance that you could get either missiles or health. I think it tended to favor health, but... So this guy is kind of annoying because he doesn't like to go down into the water. He doesn't like to swim, apparently. Which makes kind of forcing him down to your level a little harder. I think the only time he ever really goes in is like that, when he actually tries to dive bomb you. But they like to just fire fireballs at you. Stop turning around, jerk. Again, when you're in screw attack, the fireballs won't hurt you. You're invulnerable while you're in it. Unfortunately, he was stuck in the wall and it was eating my missiles, which was incredibly annoying. Alright, and that is the last Omega Metroid. But, you might be asking, there's one Metroid left. And yeah, we need to head to the final area of the game to fight the last Metroid. Now we just need to avoid getting hit so we don't die with our 72 health. Again, love living dangerously. Good thing there isn't spikes there. At this point, I do go and save just to be safe. You can kill them with the screw attack, which is pretty handy. You can kill most regular mooks in this game with a screw attack. I kind of wish they would have put a missile recharge and a energy recharge in that room as well. It seems like kind of an oversight. You put the strongest Metroids that require the most missiles at the very end of the game, but you don't give the player a missile recharge room somewhere nearby? What the heck? Alright. So, with all but one Metroid left, we must head into this final area. Time is ticking. clock is ticking. Not the clock on the explosive that will blow up the planet or anything. That's not in this game. Yeah, this is one of the few games where she doesn't actually blow up anything. Blow up, like, the planet or the area that she's in. I guess, Metroid Genocide is perfectly fine for her, though. Because that's essentially what we're doing. Like, I know it's a fictional game, and it doesn't matter, but that is essentially what we're doing. So, don't fall into these pits, because they will lead you back to the room below, and that is incredibly annoying when it happens. As I think I demonstrate right here, yeah, for whatever reason they put a bottomless pit here, or a fake floor. Now, I'm not sure if it's here as well, but I'm not going to take that chance. That's a lot of thing to do if you fall through. Alright. Put a nice little save point. Thank you. So, a little quirk of the space jump that they actually keep in later games as well is the fact that you cannot space jump out of water without, like, the gravity suit in later games, but in this game you just can't do it. You end up just staying at the altitude that you jumped at. You can never get enough height. So I ended up just using the bomb jump, and that seemed to work. Okay, so at the top of this large room, there are 3 different rooms. So the one on the far right is actually the missile and energy recharge room. I would recommend coming here first. And then the middle room, as I mentioned earlier, there is one more instance where you can get an ice beam. Well, why would you need an ice beam at this point? What could possibly be happening? Or what could possibly warrant getting an ice beam? We just had one more Metroid we need to kill. Well, we'll get there. How about that? So, we need to get this ice beam. In case you didn't pick it back up while you were in the 4th area. Hold down here, land on this little guy. It's nice of them to put that there, catch you, that way you didn't have to use the spider ball to get to the next room. The music got kind of eerie. Go ahead and have to use the spider ball. Huh? What? The counter's going up? Uh-oh. Looks like we got 8 more Metroids we have to deal with. Metroid! So this is the reason why they give you the ice beam again. You have to kill regular Metroids, the same kind that were in the original game. And the same way to kill them still applies here. Hit them with an ice beam, and then pump them full of missiles. 5 missiles to be exact. If they do manage to latch onto you, roll into a ball. I can't remember if you can do the jump ball while it's attached to you, but lay some bombs, or lay a bomb so that you'll do a bomb jump, then lay another bomb while you're in midair, and that should get it off of you. If you end up getting latched onto while you're right next to a door, you can just walk right back through the door, and that gets rid of the Metroid. Well, gets the Metroid off of you. It'll still be there, unfortunately. If two of them manage to, like, surround you, try and kill the first one with missiles, or kill the second one, I meant. That doesn't really happen that much, unless you're going way too fast. Like in this room, there's a chance that it could happen. But yeah. Kill the second one with missiles, then do the bomb stuff, and then kill the first one. Alright. And that is all the new Metroids. Now we got one left. Another room that they decided to place a bunch of spikes in. Very inviting. Alright. Let's hop in. This is the Queen Metroid. So this is the thing that keeps laying all the Metroid eggs, and the thing that we need to kill. So there's a few ways to handle her. If you are running low on missiles, you can actually roll into the morph ball and hop into her mouth like this. There's a way to go down into her stomach, but I always have trouble getting that to work. You can destroy the things that she shoots at you with the screw attack. The best way to take care of her, though, is with missiles. And the closer you are to her mouth, the faster that you can shoot, and the more missiles that you can get off. Now, she does put up quite a bit of a fight, especially towards the end. She gets a lot more aggressive, it seems. To me, at least. Yeah, because she, like, boom, boom, boom. It seems like she lunges a lot more often the lower health she has, and we're really starting to hurt at this point. All right, if you feel like you can't do it, there is that little hole at the bottom. It's closed up now since the fight's over, but if you feel like you need to, you can go through that, and that'll take you back into the main room where you can go and recharge your health or your missiles. Now, I don't know if the fight resets, like all the damage that you did resets or not. That's just not something that I know. But, I barely managed to survive that fight. Now, I was probably playing pretty sloppy there. There are definitely people who can do that fight way better than I could. But, so, apparently, there's one little Metroid that survived, and it imprinted on us. It thinks we're its mother. I'm surprised that the Metroid counter didn't go back up to 1, though. That would have been a nice little touch. No! That's the worst. When you're so close to the top and the space jump just gives out on you. But it's so much faster than taking the spider ball. Alright. So, no self-destruct sequence in this game. We just have to take this baby Metroid back to our ship, and that'll be it. Thankfully, it does stay on the screen. Imagine if it got stuck up there, and you had to go back up just to get it. Alright, and that's basically it for Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Or Samus Returns. No, which one is it? Return of Samus, I think is the... yeah. Gunpei Yokoi. Rest in peace, sir. So, unlike later Metroid games, this one doesn't give you your percentage, but I believe there's 5 or 6 energy tanks and 250 missiles. And obviously, we got all the items at some point. Obviously, we didn't stop and get the beam weapons a second time, but that wasn't really necessary to do. We had already gotten the beams once. But yeah, I'm pretty happy that we got back to the series. I'm looking forward to continuing on in Metroid. I'm gonna have to sit down and actually like put some effort into playing Super Metroid though. But yeah, special thanks to... where's my name? What the heck? Dan Osen. That's close enough. Alright. And here is the... well, not that part. Hold on. Come on. Yes, we know it's presented by Nintendo. We got it. So here is the part that everyone wants to know at the end of any Metroid game, is what was your time? And woohoo! Nice. The only reason to play a Metroid game, right? I was honestly kind of surprised that I got the best ending. I think this is probably the easiest Metroid game to get the best ending in, because I think the time is pretty lenient. I believe to get the best ending, you have to beat the game under 3 hours. Where Metroid 1, I think you had to beat it under an hour. So yeah, pretty lenient in my opinion. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Let's Play.